folks, thank you very much. Welcome to another Right Stuff. Appreciate it. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of October. We've got loads to get through today, so let's meet our panel. First up is comic Stephen K. Amos.
Morning.
Oh, we had a good laugh yesterday, didn't we?
Oh, my goodness. What was he like? I think it was short man angry syndrome. He really threw me there, and I was like, oh, my goodness.
Bill Oddie we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about the lovely Bill Oddie.
Yeah.
Very angry, very angry man. And I'm like...
Shut in a little wooden hut on his own for large amounts of time, isn't he?
Staring at birds.
Desperate to talk to somebody.
There we go. We've seen Larry Turner as well. He is really charming.
He didn't like me very much. Lots of people don't like me very much.
What did he say?
But, you know, he said, I'm never going to believe anything you ever say. Has he been married to me? I don't think so.
I think he actually said, I'm not going to believe anything you say. Tweet. It was quite weird because, you know, having grown up watching the goodies, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to be such a laugh. It's going to be whoa, but then...
But he's charming. He's charming off. It's just, it all... I don't know. I think I blame Never Mind the Buzzcocks. I don't know if you ever saw that. They were horrible, and it all went horribly wrong for him there. Anyway, let's hope it goes well today for our special guest this morning. It's grumpy old rocker Rick Wakeman.
Bill Oddie actually sang on one of my albums.
Did he?
I'm not joking. He came up... I did an album called Criminal Record, and there was a track on there called The Breathalyzer, ironically enough, and there was a little blues number at the end. Now, Bill used to sing in a blues band.
Because he had quite a few hits, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and he came over to Switzerland. He sang the record. It only took about 20 minutes, and we went out for dinner, and there was about 20 of us. Absolutely, and he's only little.
Yeah.
And he not only ate his own meal, but he ate everything else that was left on the table as well. And I think that's why he likes birds, because he just pecks at everything. He was just going... He was saying, do you want to eat that? Do you want to... You don't want to eat that, do you? All right, I'll have it. And this little man, he just ate everything. It's fantastic, yeah. Now,
Rick, as you may well know, is a keyboard legend. He toured the world with Yes, staged King Arthur the musical on ice.
You've got to, haven't you, really?
And wore some of the dodgiest garb ever seen in the history of rock. Where did you get that cape? Anyway, despite 3 heart attacks brought about by excessive drinking, Rick has somehow managed to recall the highs and lows of his career in this. It's an absolute blinding read. Grumpy old rock star. I mean, it's not even every page there's a funny story. It's about every paragraph. Eating curries on stage.
Yeah, well, it's just nothing normal ever happens to me.
No.
And it occurred to me, well, to a great friend of mine who's a publisher. He said, how long have you been in the business? I said, well, about 40 years, and plus all the things that happened before. He said, but nothing normal ever happens, does it? I said, no. He said, well, if you work on the principle that, say, 4 daft things happen to you every year, he said, you've probably got about 160 to 200 stories. And I said, really? And we started dishing them out. And he's right. And there are, and they're just completely...
And you can remember them, because I mean, which makes you unique in the world of rock, really.
Well, there are some stories, for example, that sort of were helped by some of my band, because, for example, there's one story in the book about when you're on the road for a long time, you can get a bit tetchy at times. You know, you're on the road for 6 months at a time, especially in the 70s. And I had a singer called Ashley Holt who was fantastic at sort of knowing how to cheer people up. And I'll tell you this as quick as I can. This is pre the days of the Berlin Wall coming down and pre the days of security at Heathrow Airport and things. And things were getting a bit tetchy. 15 of us travelling, and 1 plus my manager, so 7 in the band and 8 in the crew. And we arrived at Heathrow. It was a bit tetchy to fly to Munich. And Ashley had this big hold-all bag. And I say before the days of security. And I said, what you got there? Ashley said, to cheer everybody up. Don't worry, it's all right. He said, I'll give it out when we go through into the departure lounge. So we got through the departure lounge, and he opened it out, and he'd been to one of these war surplus places, and he bought 15 pairs of World War I flying goggles. You know those flying... And he bought 15 of those leather helmets that they put on from World War I, and he gave us one each. And Alex Scott, our Scottish manager, said, whatever you're thinking of doing, don't do it. The Germans have got no sense of giving. And he also got, this is about 76, he got a tape recorder, a portable one with a speaker in, which were unheard of back then. They were brand new, high. I said, what's that for? He said, wait and see. He said, when we got on the plane, he said, all spread out. He said, when I give you the cue, put the stuff on. So we got on this plane. 2 minutes into Munich, the old captain comes and says, we will shortly be landing in the Munich airport. Please put the tray tables and the seats in the upright position. That was the cue, right? So we all got the flying helmets on and the goggles. Gets out the old tape recorder, presses it on. Damn Buster's nuts. So
it was the 70s.
but the classic was we landed. Everybody was humming it, going, we're going, Biggles flies undone, and all that kind of thing. And we landed, and Alex Scott, the manager, he said, all right, he said, you've had your fun now. He said, remember, Germans got no sense of humour, said, put everything away. Of course, that's red rag to a bull. And we goose-stepped, 15 of us, in a line, down to passport control. Goose-step.
And they let you in?
No, they kept us for 11 hours.
Now, but how great that the world has changed. Can you imagine doing that now? You'd be in Guantanamo Bay.
In all fairness, they actually thought it was really funny, but they just had to do their bit and put us in the... We just had a great laugh.
Now, talking of great laughs, your track record on the romance stakes is one to behold, really, isn't it? More divorces than Lowri Turner.
Do not see my pain. No, I know I almost fell over when you said this morning you are...
I'm getting married for the 4th time, yeah.
4th time?
Yeah, but it's great. It's lovely. I mean, I'm really happy. Okay. And I think that's what counts. I've never been happier. I mean, I was a little sad driving down here, because, as I said to you, the fact that I passed 7 houses I used to own. And that's really tough. But, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very, very happy.
Do you like the idea of just getting married, or would you not just think of living with someone?
I'm old-fashioned. I mean, we've lived together nearly 5 years now, you know, and I think...
romantic at heart.
You know, because I think it's important that you find out, you know, if you can live with somebody. I think it should almost be compulsory. I mean, everybody out there, you should all live with each other and then decide who you want to marry.
But then it doesn't always work.
No.
That is how the Right Stuff audience works. They do all live together in a commune. They take turns sleeping with each other. It's a bizarre satanic cult.
Really?
Yeah. And we bring them over and we feed them, and then we send them back for more.
And whereabouts is this?
You may ask. Listen, it is great to have you here. And
Thank you, sir.
I say once again, the book is hilarious. It really is. OK, let's tell you about today's show. It's going to kick off this morning with Rick taking us through the papers.